Hey guys, so I'm going to show you like a quicker way of separating the partial fractions for like say a inverse Laplace transform. So let's go ahead and let's quickly rewrite the equation. 1 over s times s plus 5, don't get the s's and 5's confused, s plus 8. Okay, now we're going to separate it out into their a and b terms. This is going to be like a quicker method, so I'm going to assume that you do know how to separate the fractions like the long way and the usual way. So that's our first term, a over s plus b over s plus 5. And our c term, c over s plus 8. Just want to write it so you can visualize it. So for our first term, a, we need to think of the b and the c bottom terms. So we write that as 1 over the b term, s plus 5, and the c term, s plus 8. So we need this a term to be 0. So we're going to say that we've put s as equal to 0, because when s is 0, this whole term is 0. So when we go and work it out, we can sub in 0 now into this, and we get 0 plus 5 times 0 plus 8. That equals 1 over 40. That's the a term done. Very simple. For the b term, same thing applies. B. We need the a and the c term. So let's write that out. We have 1 over s plus 8. And the same thing for the b term. We need to find a number that will make this b term 0. So what is s going to be? Well, if it's minus 5 plus 5 is 0. So this whole term, b term, is 0. So then our it's actually our s plus 5 is minus 5. Just write it's easier to write the terms here so you know which of the terms correspond to which, and so then you don't get confused once you've figured it out. So now that we have our minus 5, we can sub it in for s. So we have minus 5 plus 8. So very simply, that's equal to minus 15. And then that's our b term. Onto the c term. Same thing, we need to make this equal to 0. So we can make it minus 8 plus 8 equals 0. So for our c term, we need the a and the b. So we have s and s plus 5. And we've made our s equal to minus 8. So now we can figure out the equation again, and it is 1 over minus 8 times minus 8 plus 5. Remember, we're looking at this. So it equals 1 over 24. There we go. Very easy, very quick. Don't have to worry about rearranging the whole equations and finding A and then finding B and then finding C. This works just fine. So now we can rewrite our equation, which is ys, y of s, equals 140s minus 115 s plus 5 plus 1 on 24 s plus 8. Just like that. And now it's very easy. We can go ahead and inverse Laplace it. Then that very simply equals y of t 1 on 40 minus 1 on 15 e to the minus 5t plus 1 on 24 e to the minus 8t. There you go. All right, I'm going to do another example, a little bit harder this time, so we can see more what it's like when you're doing an assignment maybe. So our new equation is CS equals 10 s plus 7 s times s plus 10 s plus 20. Okay, so we'll just quickly separate it out again so we can visualize. A over s plus b over s plus 10 plus c over s plus 20. That's just to visualize, but now we'll actually write out our a terms. So a equals 10 s plus 7 over, we don't need our s term because that corresponds to our a. We just write the b and c terms, b and c, s plus 10, s plus 20. All right, now for our a, what is our s going to be equal to? It's very easy again, just 0. Makes our a term nice and easy. So we have 10 times 0 plus 7 over 0 plus 10, 0 plus 20. So we have 70 over 200. So it's very easy. 7 over 20. All right, so now we'll do our b term. B equals, remember, the s term and the c term. We don't need our b term. 10 over s plus 7, s, our a term, and s plus 20, our c term. So obviously, as you can see, with questions with a term at the top, you need to include them in your equations. Unlike this one where C, it was just 1, we didn't really have to worry too much about it. But yes, don't forget that. Now we need our our b term s plus 10, to equal something that'll make this term 0. So minus 10 it is. Now we can sub that in. 10 minus 10 plus 7 over minus 10 minus 10 plus 20. And that equals 3 over 10. So that's our B term. Now on to our C term. Much the same. Oops, wrong color. Much the same. We have our C term. So we don't need to use our C term in this equation, just the B and the A. So we will write, don't forget the top term, 10 s plus 7 s plus 10, the A and the B. Now again, we need to make our CS term equal to 0. So C plus 20. To make this 0, we need it to equal, we need the S to be negative 20. Now we can do what we've done again, make our S's minus 20, and we'll find the term. 10 minus 20 plus 7 over minus 20 minus 20 plus 10. So that equals minus 13 over 20. There we go. Now that we have each of our terms, we can rewrite our equation. And our equation is C of S equals 7 over 20 times 1 over S plus 3 over 10 times our B term, 1 over S plus 10 minus our C, 13 over 20, 1 over S plus 20. So there you go. Now we can rewrite that, make it a little bit easier. 7 over 20s plus 3 over 10s plus 10 minus 13, 20 times s plus 20. There we go. Now, very easy to inverse Laplace. It is now C of t equals 7 over 20 plus 3 on 10 e minus 10t minus 13 over 20 e minus 20t. There we go. I hope that was helpful. Hope you liked it.